What if the very sanctuary of your night, your bed, has become a silent battleground? What if the peace you seek before sleep is unknowingly eroding something vital within you, something core to your energy, your very essence, the very foundation of your masculine vitality? Most men will never ever know this truth until it's far, far too late, until the whispers become screams. Stay with me, truly stay with me until the very end of this, because the final insight I'm going to share, it's the one that changes absolutely everything. Don't you dare click away from this moment. This is for you. Silent erosion. We live in a world that screams for our attention outwardly, constantly pulling us away from the subtle language of our own bodies. We're told to hustle, to grind, to push, but who is teaching us to listen? Who is warning us about the quiet, insidious ways our modern life, even in its most private moments, can begin to dismantle our inner strength, our core health, especially in an area so profoundly connected to a man's power and well-being, the prostate? This isn't about fear-mongering. This is about awakening. It's about pulling back a curtain on habits so ingrained, so normalized, that we perform them on autopilot, completely oblivious to the slow, steady erosion they might be causing deep within. Imagine a stone being worn away by a constant, almost imperceptible drip of water. That's what we're talking about here. Not a sudden impact, but a relentless, unseen pressure that accumulates over years, decades, until the structure itself begins to falter. And the tragedy is, so much of this is preventable, not with complicated procedures or expensive pills, but with awareness, with a conscious shift in the small things, the nightly rituals we dismiss as insignificant. But I promise you, they are anything but. The body keeps score, and it speaks in whispers before it resorts to shouts. Tonight we learn to hear those whispers concerning your prostate health, that vital gland that so many men only think about when problems arise. We're going to change that narrative starting right now by understanding the unseen saboteurs lurking in the shadows of our bedtime routines. This isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about reclaiming a level of vitality, of inner harmony that you might have forgotten was even possible. It's about protecting your future, your energy, your essence, starting with the choices you make when the world goes dark. First deception. Let's talk about that blue glow, the one that spills from your phone, your tablet, your laptop, right before you try to surrender to sleep. The first deception, late night screen time. It seems so harmless, doesn't it? A little scrolling, a few videos, catching up on emails. But what is truly happening inside your body, in that sacred space of winding down? That artificial, piercing blue light is a direct assault on your brain's ancient rhythms, specifically your pineal gland's ability to produce melatonin. Melatonin isn't just the sleep hormone, it's a master antioxidant, a powerful anti-inflammatory agent, and a crucial regulator of cellular health throughout your entire body, including your prostate. When melatonin production is chronically suppressed night after night, you're not just struggling with poor sleep quality, you're opening the door to systemic inflammation. And inflammation, my friends, is the bedrock of so many chronic health issues, a silent fire that can smolder for years. For the prostate, this chronic, low-grade inflammation, fueled by disrupted melatonin and the subsequent hormonal imbalances, can contribute to an environment where cellular changes, unwanted growth, and dysfunction can take root and flourish. Think of your prostate as a sensitive organ, finely tuned to your hormonal orchestra. Blue light at night is like a rogue musician playing jarring notes, throwing the entire symphony into disarray. It's not just about feeling tired the next day, it's about the cumulative stress on your cells, the missed opportunity for deep repair and regeneration that only truly restful, melatonin-rich sleep can provide. This isn't an attack on technology. It's a plea to reclaim your nights from its unthinking encroachment, to honor the darkness that your body needs to heal and rebalance, to protect that vital core of your masculine health from a threat disguised as entertainment or productivity. The cost of that last hour of scrolling might be far higher than you've ever been led to believe. A slow, steady chipping away at your resilience. Second, sabotage. Now, let's move from the light to what you consume. Specifically, the second sabotage. Heavy, late-night meals or those seemingly innocent processed snacks devoured just before your head hits the pillow. Your digestive system, like the rest of your body, has its own rhythm, its own need for rest and repair. When you load it up with a heavy meal or sugary, chemical-laden snacks late at night, you're essentially forcing it to work overtime when it should be winding down, diverting precious energy that should be allocated to cellular repair and detoxification processes system-wide. This isn't just about indigestion or potential weight gain. It's about the cascade of internal events that follow. A large late meal, especially one high in refined carbohydrates or unhealthy fats, can spike your blood sugar and insulin levels right when your body is least equipped to handle it. These fluctuations can contribute to insulin resistance over time, another key driver of chronic inflammation and hormonal disruption, both of which are deeply implicated in prostate health issues. Furthermore, undigested food languishing in your system overnight can create a state of internal toxicity, burdening your liver and kidneys and further fueling that inflammatory fire. Think about the energy your body needs for deep healing. If it's constantly siphoning off that energy to deal with a midnight feast, what's left for the crucial maintenance of vital organs like your prostate? Those late-night cravings, often for processed, nutrient-poor foods, are not just satisfying a momentary desire. They are potentially feeding a cycle of imbalance. Your prostate, like any part of your body, thrives in an environment of calm, clean energy, not one stressed by constant digestive demands and inflammatory triggers. It's a plea to honor your body's natural cycles, to give it the space and peace it needs overnight to do its profound work of healing, rather than burdening it with tasks it was never designed to perform in the deep hours of the night. This isn't about deprivation, it's about conscious timing, about understanding that when you eat is almost as important as what you eat, especially for the long-term health of your inner sanctum. Third drain. Consider this. The human body is predominantly water, a flowing river of life. The third silent drain on your prostate's well-being is nightly dehydration, or even the consumption of the wrong kinds of fluids before bed. Many of us go through our busy days underhydrated, and then, perhaps fearing nighttime bathroom trips, we avoid water in the evening. Or worse, we reach for sugary drinks, alcohol, or excessive caffeine, all of which can act as diuretics or systemic irritants. What does this mean for your prostate and your overall urinary tract health? When you're dehydrated, your urine becomes more concentrated. This concentrated urine, laden with metabolic wastes and potential toxins, can be more irritating to the bladder and the delicate tissues of the prostate. Imagine a stream that's low on water. The pollutants become more potent, more stagnant. This stagnation can create an environment more conducive to inflammation and even infection. Proper hydration, even maintaining a steady, moderate intake of pure water in the hours leading up to bed, while of course balancing it to avoid excessive nighttime urination, ensures that your kidneys can effectively filter waste, that your urine remains diluted enough to be non-irritating, and that your cells, including those in your prostate, are properly hydrated to perform their functions. Think of water as the ultimate cleansing agent, not just for your skin or your external environment, but for your internal landscape. When you deny your body this fundamental element, especially during the crucial overnight repair cycle, you are hindering its ability to flush out what it doesn't need, potentially allowing irritants to linger and cause low-grade chronic stress on your urinary system. This isn't about chugging gallons before sleep, but about mindful, consistent hydration throughout the day and not neglecting it entirely in the evening out of misplaced concern. It's about supporting your body's natural detoxification pathways, allowing it to maintain a clean, healthy internal environment where your prostate can thrive, unburdened by the unnecessary stress of concentrated waste products. The quality and quantity of your evening fluids are a quiet but potent factor in this delicate balance. Fourth shadow. Beyond the physical, there's a potent, often invisible force at play. The fourth shadow, unresolved stress and anxiety carried into your sacred sleep space. Our modern lives are relentless crucibles of stress, and if we don't consciously discharge that accumulated tension, that cortisol, that adrenaline before we attempt to sleep, we carry that storm into our beds. What does this do on a physiological level, particularly concerning your prostate? Chronic stress keeps your body in a perpetual state of fight or flight, flooding your system with stress hormones like cortisol. Elevated cortisol, night after night, disrupts sleep architecture, preventing you from reaching those deep restorative stages where true healing and cellular repair occur. But more than that, chronic stress is a powerful progenitor of inflammation throughout the body. This isn't just a mental or emotional state, it's a physical reality that translates into biochemical changes. For the prostate, an organ sensitive to hormonal balance and inflammatory states, this constant barrage of stress-induced inflammation can be incredibly detrimental over time. It can contribute to pelvic tension, which may affect circulation and nerve function in the area, and it can exacerbate any underlying inflammatory conditions. Think of your mind and body as inextricably linked. If your mind is racing, if your emotional state is one of turmoil as you lie in bed, your body cannot fully enter a state of rest and repair. The unresolved conflicts of the day, the anxieties about tomorrow, they don't just vanish when you close your eyes. They continue to exert their influence on your physiology. This is why practices that calm the nervous system before bed, meditation, gentle stretching, journaling, deep breathing, are not luxuries but necessities for long-term health. It's about creating a sanctuary, not just in your bedroom, but within your own mind, allowing your body, and specifically your prostate, the peace it requires to heal and regenerate, free from the corrosive influence of a mind that won't or can't let go. This unseen stress is a silent saboteur, eroding your resilience from within, and addressing it is paramount. Fifth, pressure. Now let's consider something as seemingly mundane as how you physically position your body for those 7 or 8 hours of supposed rest. The fifth hidden pressure, your sleeping posture. While it might not be the most direct or commonly discussed factor, chronic, suboptimal sleeping positions can, over time, contribute to issues that indirectly affect prostate health. Think about circulation and structural alignment. If you consistently sleep in a position that twists your spine, compresses your hips, or puts undue pressure on the pelvic region, you could be subtly impeding blood flow and lymphatic drainage in that vital area. Good circulation is key to delivering oxygen and nutrients to tissues and removing waste products. Impaired circulation can lead to a sluggish metabolic environment, potentially making the prostate more vulnerable to inflammation or less efficient in its healing processes. Furthermore, chronic poor posture during sleep can contribute to muscle imbalances and tension in the pelvic floor and surrounding musculature. The pelvic floor plays a crucial role in urinary and sexual function, and chronic tension or weakness in this area can have knock-on effects. While a single night in an awkward position isn't a major concern, years upon years of sleeping in a way that compromises your body's natural alignment can create a subtle cumulative strain. This isn't about finding one perfect position, as individual needs vary, but about becoming aware of your body and whether your go-to posture might be creating chronic compression or misalignment in the lower back, hips, or pelvic girdle. Are you waking up with stiffness or pain in these areas? That could be a sign. It's about fostering an environment of ease and openness in your physical structure, even in sleep, allowing for unimpeded energy flow and circulatory health, ensuring that your prostate isn't subject to unnecessary physical stress or restriction night after night. A small adjustment, a supportive pillow, a conscious effort to find a more neutral alignment could make a difference in the long run, removing one more subtle stressor from your system. Sixth, constriction. Let's delve into the environment immediately surrounding your skin during those crucial nighttime hours. The sixth, silent constriction, synthetic fabrics and overly tight underwear or sleepwear. This might seem like a minor detail, but the implications can be more significant than we realize, particularly for an area as sensitive as the groin. Many synthetic fabrics, like polyester or nylon, are not breathable. They trap heat and moisture close to the body, creating a warm, damp environment. For the male anatomy, which is designed to maintain a slightly cooler temperature for optimal function, think sperm production, but also general tissue health, This chronic overheating can be problematic. It can lead to discomfort, irritation, and potentially create an environment more conducive to bacterial or fungal overgrowth, which could indirectly lead to inflammation or irritation that affects the nearby prostate. Beyond breathability, there's the issue of what these synthetic fabrics are made of and treated with: dyes, chemicals, finishing agents. While the science on direct absorption and impact on prostate health specifically from fabrics is still evolving for many specific chemicals, the principle of reducing your body's overall chemical burden is a sound one. Your skin is your largest organ, and it can absorb substances from its environment. Choosing natural, breathable fabrics like cotton, linen, or bamboo for your underwear and sleepwear allows for better air circulation, helps wick away moisture, and reduces your exposure to potentially irritating synthetic compounds. Furthermore, overly tight underwear or pajamas can constrict blood flow and lymphatic drainage in the pelvic region. Just as with poor sleeping posture, this restriction can hinder the delivery of nutrients and oxygen and the removal of waste products, creating a less than optimal environment for prostate health. It's about allowing your body to breathe, to regulate its temperature naturally, and to experience unimpeded circulation even as you sleep. This isn't about becoming obsessive, but about making conscious choices that support your body's natural functions rather than subtly undermining them with materials and fits that create unnecessary heat, moisture, and constriction around such a vital area. 7th, neglect. Finally, we arrive at a habit born of convenience, fatigue, or sometimes just plain unawareness, yet one with very direct consequences. The 7th and perhaps most acutely felt neglect: consistently ignoring the urge to urinate, especially before going to bed, or critically, if you wake up needing to go during the night and try to hold it until morning. Your bladder is a reservoir, and when it's full, it signals you. Ignoring this signal, especially on a regular basis, places undue stress on the bladder muscles, causing them to stretch and potentially weaken over time. But the impact doesn't stop there. A chronically overfull bladder can put pressure on the adjacent prostate gland. More concerningly, holding urine for extended periods, especially if the bladder is very full, can increase the risk of incomplete emptying or even a slight backflow of urine into the prostatic ducts or towards the kidneys, which is decidedly unhealthy. This urine, which is meant to be expelled, can harbor bacteria. Allowing it to remain in the bladder for too long, or creating conditions where it might reflux, creates a more hospitable environment for bacterial growth, potentially leading to urinary tract infections, UTIs, or prostatitis, inflammation of the prostate. Think of it as a plumbing system. If you consistently block the outflow, pressure builds up and the system becomes vulnerable. That last trip to the bathroom before you turn out the lights is not just a comfort measure. It's a crucial act of preventative health. And if you wake in the night with the urge, listen to your body. Resisting that call to save a few minutes of sleep can, over the long term, contribute to significant issues. It's about respecting your body's signals, supporting its natural processes of elimination, and preventing the buildup of pressure and potential irritants in a system that is so intimately connected to your prostate's health and function. This isn't about being ruled by your bladder, but about working in harmony with its needs. Understanding that this simple act of timely emptying is a cornerstone of good urinary and prostate health. Don't let convenience or grogginess lead to long-term neglect. Final awakening. We've journeyed through these 7 silent saboteurs, these bedtime habits that, in their innocence, can slowly, methodically chip away at your core vitality, at the health of your prostate, at the very essence of your masculine energy. And if you've stayed with me this far, it's because a part of you, deep down, recognizes the echo of truth in these words. But the most powerful insight, the one I promised you, isn't just another habit to avoid or adopt. It's this: your body is not a machine to be fixed, but a sacred, intelligent ecosystem that is constantly communicating with you, desperately trying to guide you towards balance and wholeness. The issues we've discussed, the potential damage to your prostate, they are not isolated incidents. They are symptoms of a disconnect, a forgetting of this profound internal wisdom. The real shift, the life-altering moment, comes not from fear of these habits, but from a reawakening of reverence for your own physical vessel. It's the understanding that every choice, no matter how small, the light you allow in, the food you consume, the stress you carry, the way you rest, the fabrics you choose, the bodily signals you heed or ignore, every single choice is an energetic instruction to your cells. You are in every moment co-creating your physical reality. The power to heal, to protect, to thrive doesn't primarily lie in external solutions after the damage is done. It resides in the conscious, loving attention you bring to your daily and nightly existence now. This isn't about achieving perfection, it's about cultivating presence. It's about transforming your bedtime routine from a series of unconscious actions into a sacred ritual of self-care and profound respect for the intricate miracle that is your body. The ultimate secret is that your prostate, your vitality, your very life force is not begging for complex interventions. It is pleading for your conscious awareness, for your gentle stewardship. Hear that plea. Act on it. Not from a place of anxiety, but from a place of empowered love for yourself. That is the awakening. That is the shift that changes everything. Don't let this just be information. Let it be an initiation into a deeper, more attuned relationship with the incredible power that resides within you. Your future self, vibrant and whole, is counting on the choices you make tonight and every night hereafter. This is your moment to reclaim that power.